Welcome to the 7th edition of the Arctic Race of Norway. In 2019, the northernmost race in pro cycling is going back to its roots and starting on Lofoten, just as it did for the inaugural edition back in 2013. The big difficulty this year, the finish to Storheia summit on stage 3, 3.5k at nearly 12%, so the overall favourites will have to be ready for a bit of climbing. Alexei Lutsenko hoping to follow in the footsteps of last year's surprise winner Sergei Chernetsky and claim victory for Astana. Mathieu van der Poel also tipped for success after his two-stage wins last year, but the Dutch phenomenon may not have quite the right profile for overall victory. Warren Barguil, the 2015 winner, Ren Taramai and Ilna Zakarin also ones to watch. Well, on the opening stage, it was the same scenario as last year, a large breakaway of 33 riders between Oa and Leknes. And in the end, it was a sensational victory for Mathieu van der Poel. The 24-year-old impressing on his first road outing since April and that fabulous win at the Amstel Gold Race. He was the first man into the Midnight Sun jersey.
Can you win more than sprints? Maybe the 4 stages?
No. That would not be possible, I think, but many riders are now not in contending the GC anymore, I think, because of the big gap we had. But it's going to be very hard to defend the jersey, but we'll see.
A flat second stage between Henningsvær and Svolvær. 4 men in the breakaway, but it always looked destined for a bunch sprint. Brian Coquard caught out on stage 1, powering to the line ahead of Van der Poel and fellow Frenchman Christophe Laporte. The Queen stage lived up to all its promises on Saturday with a gruelling slog up the Storheia summit, Norway's answer to the Mont Ventoux. The peloton keeping a close eye on the breakaway, with Coquard picking up maximum points at the intermediate sprints, closing the gap on Van der Poel in the fight for green. At the foot of the final climb, the GC favourites came to the fore, Barguil putting the hammer down with Lutsenko and Van der Poel quickly on his wheel. But the punishing gradients of over 11% proved too much for the young Dutchman, who eventually cracked. Lutsenko with a teammate in tow in the shape of Hugo Hull. But in the end, it was a local rider who stunned the favourites. Odd Christian Eiking out of the running overall, powering away to take a prestigious win for Norway. Barguil couldn't quite follow, but he did enough to move into the overall lead. The French champion just 3 seconds ahead of the Kazakh champion Lutsenko going into the 4th and final day. And so on to the decisive last outing, with battle raging between the top 2 on the finishing circuit around Narvik. 3 climbs of the Skistua summit on the menu and some all-important bonus points up for grabs. Lutsenko looking a little bit fresher than Barguil in the final, pipping his rival to the line at the final intermediate sprint. At that point, there were just 4 seconds in it. In the end, the stage win went to Norway's Markus Hulgaard ahead of the national champion Amund Jansen. But crucially, Lutsenko sprinted to the line ahead of Barguil by just 1 second. And with the bonus seconds for 3rd place, that meant he won overall by just 1 second. Astana going back-to-back after Sergei Chernetsky's win here last year, Lutsenko taking his 27th career victory, his 5th at a stage race.
Did you speak with Warren Barguil on the podium?
No. No, in Barguil, good guy, but as this race is normal. One day you win, one day you lose. A perfect race for me and a good moment.